Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. This is some news and info for mid 2021. And just a disclaimer and a warning before you watch this. There's not going to be any harsh language as far as I know. Not planning on it. This is not a rant or screaming or flipping out or carrying on. This is going to be very serious, direct info and news. And some of the people who've been coming to this channel may not like what I have to say at the end. But stick around at the end. I'm going to try to get through this somewhat fast. And so I don't have to worry about going on and on and on for like 45 minutes. I'm going to try to get this done in about 10-15 minutes. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe quicker. Who knows? I don't know. It's not going to affect the algorithm because the algorithm is screwing with me and other people with their channels. So, that said, we shall begin. Now, health news. A lot of people who have been coming to this channel who for a while know that I am terminally ill. I am on my way out. It's a matter of time as to when that's going to happen, but who knows. My conditions are continuing to get worse, and it's something that I can feel accelerating. Health conditions notwithstanding, I didn't catch the dreaded bug. I got vaxxed on doctor's orders, so I'm fully vaxxed against the bug, and I feel miserable all the time anyway, so that would never affect me as it is. I mean, the bug would take one look at me and go, hey, he's already finished. Why would we bother with him? And then the bug would go to somebody maybe healthy. But anyway. So, I just give you a little window into what it's like, what I'm experiencing now. Pain is an everyday thing. Every single day, I'm in some kind of pain. My body is continuing to deteriorate. My health conditions are continuing to deteriorate. My regulatory conditions are continuing to deteriorate. Yet, I am the only one, since everybody else in my family is dead. My immediate family. Everybody's dead, except for myself and one of my parents. I am taking care of that parent because I'm not going to let that parent go and rot in a nursing home. That's just not going to happen. Not while I'm alive and still mostly capable. So, we're managing this house on our own. And it's not easy because where I live, people keep to themselves, which is a good thing for the most part. But they're also very self-centered in the way that if you're not one of their family or their friends, they're not going to lift a finger for you. So you're on your own. And my parent and I are on our own. So we have to do everything on our own. And it's, as she says, the grace of God, and I'm not really a Christian, that we're still here. But who knows? I don't know why I'm still here, but I can feel my health conditions continuing to shorten my life, and time is definitely running out. The reason I'm doing this channel is leaving a legacy. It's just leaving some music behind for people, maybe to look upon in a decade, 2 decades, if everything's still here, if YouTube is still here, and maybe somebody will remember me after, I'm long gone. I mean, there's always that famous line in the Boston song, long time, you'll forget about me after I've been gone. And yeah, there'll be some people who will do that, but maybe just maybe, a few people will remember that I existed. And these may be, I don't know, these may be the last words I say. This may be the last vlog I make. I have no idea. From one day to the next, it's a surprise when I wake up in the morning. And that's just the way it is. Not much I can do about that. So I'm managing it, and things are going as they go. And I'm very thankful that I can still play and still speak coherently. But I don't know what the future holds. So we shall see. Now on to this country we're living in. I I've never seen it like this. That we are living in clown world. There is so much stupidity going on. I mean, all this nonsense that is going on in the world right now. We're living in clown world. We're living in the Idiocracy. If you've ever seen that movie, if you haven't seen the Idiocracy, see it. It's a pretty good predictor on our future, I think. And it's just where stupidity is taken over, and that is what's going on in the world right now. We're dealing with massive amounts of stupidity and massive amounts of arrogance with those stupid things that are going on. I mean, it's not just stupidity, it's willful stupidity. Willful ignorance is happening in this country. I just watched a video the other day of a guy. He rode his bicycle into a Walgreens in San Francisco with a black bag in his hand, big black trash bag, and he was just emptying the shelves into his bag. And a security guard and a woman were filming this person do this. And the woman said, "You think we should call 911?" I've never seen it like this. When I was a kid, I shoplifted once when I was a teenager. I thought it was cool. It was a risky thing to do. Oh, they got me. They caught me. And when they caught me, they made sure that I was not getting away. They didn't sit there and go, should we or shouldn't we stop him? I don't know. Should we just let him walk away with all his stuff? And this guy in San Francisco just walked out he just rode his bike out of the store, and out he was, and gone with all that stuff. Now, even if he got arrested, he'd probably be let out, because this is the way our country is starting to go. And there's going to be a price for this. This isn't something that's just going to go away. We have to do, or at least people in the world have to do a severe about face. A big 180 needs to be done in this country about what's going on right now and the lawlessness and all the other stuff that's going on. And people need to do something about that, because if they don't, there's no future for this country. We'll be easily taken over. It'll be gone. The USA will be gone. We'll be a subsidiary of somebody else who's more powerful and smarter than we are. I mean, people are being divided. They're being divided on social media. They're being divided on the television. They're being divided everywhere. The wokeness, the divisive politics on either side of the fence, and I'm talking left and right. There's lunacy on both sides. Yet they are putting these people into camps. The camp on the left, with the wokeness and the whole 9 yards. The camp on the right with the crazy gun stuff and the QAnon and all the other nonsense that's going on that people are still buying into. And the fear and the paranoia. I mean, it's ridiculous. And something's got to be done about it. Because if this continues to devolve, if we continue to devolve in this country, and I'm probably not going to be alive to see it. I'm telling you, I'm warning you, you all that are listening. If something isn't done in this country, there are going to be some severe penalties for us, for everybody, for my children, for my grandchildren, who are alive and existing, and your children, and your grandchildren, if you're around my age, or even if you're not. What are you going to leave then? I mean, do we sit back and we keep our noses buried in our phones and we just ignore it? Hopefully it'll go away. It's not going to. So something's got to be done. The restrictions are gone. The health restrictions. I was out shopping today, and I didn't have to wear the old face plate. And And it was kind of nice to be able to breathe in a store, because those masks are tough on my COPD. I mean, I barely could breathe as it is, and I would almost suffocate while I was shopping. So that's good, but it still doesn't make a difference. I was driving around after I got my car worked on and got it back, and the stores are still closed. People are still flat broke. They're just wandering around, just kind of aimlessly. People are all over the place, but they're more happy that they could go to the beach than rebuild the country that's been just devastated. So I don't know what's going to happen to all of us. I really honestly don't. The stimulus table scraps that they gave everybody, and those were table scraps compared to all the stuff they gave to other countries, compared to all the pork that was in all those bills, compared to all the money that they just handed out to each other and corporations. We got nothing. And $1,000 every 4 or 5 months doesn't go very far in this country. Heck, the rents in my little tiny town in the middle of a rural part of a state, I mean, this is about as rural as it gets. Our rent's around $900 for just a 2-bedroom, and that's with nothing included. So the $1,000 thing, people are acting like, especially on the right, people are acting like, oh well, look at these people are getting all this money for this, and they got all this money for unemployment, all this other stuff, and they just don't want to go to work. Those are table scraps, okay? I don't know what gets into these heads. It's probably because of the news media and social media and all the other nonsense, all the brainwashing that's going on with people these days. That money didn't go very far, and it's not going to go very far. So, as our politicians continue to circle the drain and they continue to do stupid garbage, instead of rebuilding this country, they declared Juneteenth a holiday. That was the big thing the Senate did. They declared Juneteenth a holiday. And they're still fighting over infrastructure. They're not fixing it, they're just fighting over it. We're so screwed. If we don't do an about face, we are screwed. Plain and simple. Alright, moving on from that. The future of this channel. Now, like I said, my health conditions are deteriorating, so I don't know how much longer I'll be doing this. It may be a little bit, maybe another year. It may be just a few months. I have no idea. So I'm going to continue to make music as long as I'm capable of doing so. And as long as I still have a home, and as long as I'm still breathing, and YouTube still has me. I will occasionally make a video like this, a vlog, but I'm not going to do it often. This is not what this channel is about. This channel is about music. This channel is about guitar, basically. And that's what I'm doing. Everything's going to continue as it has been. But I've got over 1,400 songs in my guitar videos playlist. It's called My Guitar Videos. I've got over 1,400 songs in there. And my tank's starting to run dry, okay? I know, and I can play around, I'd say around 700 songs. And the number grows. It's been growing. But at the same time, my health is also deteriorating, and so is my abilities. So I'm stumbling a lot more on guitar. I tried learning the guitar solo to Warrant's Heaven today, and I just couldn't do it. I could not play that solo. I don't know why. I just couldn't. It just didn't. My brain would not obey. I got a nice treat from the store, brought it home, and my hands malfunctioned, and I dropped it on the floor. Had a nice ice cream treat, and I dropped it all over the floor. Why? Because my hands malfunctioned. This is what it's like to be me. So I don't know how much longer my motor function is going to continue to work. So I'm going to do it as long as I can, but I don't know how long it's going to stay. Just giving you fair warning. Also, my viewer numbers are dwindling. Seriously. I looked at it, and for the first time in probably a year and a half, my numbers are all down, and they're sinking. The view counts per month are down over 1,000 views. The subscriber counts are down. I've expanded a little onto Facebook, and that hasn't helped. I swore I would never go back to Facebook, and I did, just to see if that would help, and it hasn't. It has not helped. People, and this is where it's going to come to. I will talk about this. This is what the last thing is, and beware. I am not going to pull punches. I'm not pulling punches on it. It could be the summer that's causing the views to drop. It could be YouTube. YouTube may be changing their algorithms and screwing things. I've seen likes disappear right before my eyes. I've seen people's comments. No matter how inoffensive their comments are, their comments still get deleted. If they say a word that's in YouTube's censorship word list that keeps getting worse and worse and worse. See, YouTube wants to get rid of these small channels and replace it with corporate content and bought-off sellouts and shills. That's the people they want on the network, that on the platform, basically. They want sellouts, shills, and corporate content. That's what they want. So, like I said, could be YouTube. Hey, it also could be I'm getting boring. My stuff is no longer interesting to people, or it's getting less and less interesting to people. They're probably sick of the constant Boston tunes or the repeated Boston tunes, but hey, I'm a Boston fan. I'm doing this, to entertain people, and I'm not out to prove myself. I'm not out to get any street cred. I'm not out to do any of that stuff, because I've already done that. I spent 30 years in the music business, playing gigs constantly, and that was more than enough to prove myself. Now, the last part, how people are acting on social media. Now, I'm warning you one last time. I am not pulling punches here. Okay? Here goes. I don't know what's wrong with people these days. Social media is really turning people into narcissistic assholes. And I'm talking about people that you wouldn't expect, and people that I fully well know. People that I know and have known for a few years now are becoming very narcissistic. It's like it's all about them. It's all about what they want, when they want it, and that's all there is to it. There's no loyalty. Or at least the loyalty is starting to just dwindle away and disappear. It's making people very cold and very self-centered. Most people online are very, and especially you content creators who I know, very self-interested, and they will gravitate towards similar people who are also very self-interested. They will go and they will kiss ass to these bigger YouTube channels. I've seen my own subscribers do this. And people who I consider to be close friends. They barely come to my channel anymore, but I catch them on channels like, these bigger channels. Because they're kissing up. So my words when I made that video about how useless it is to kiss up and be a sycophant and be a brown noser to bigger channels, I guess that just didn't sink in. So if you want to be stupid and you want to continue kissing up to these bigger channels, you think that'll build your channel? It's not going to. Okay? That's all there is to it. Period. You could not like what I just said. You could be pissed off at me. You go right ahead. If you got no loyalty to my channel, I'm not going to go to your goddamn channel. Understand? I go and I at least leave a like on these videos to be supportive. I'm not even getting that in return from these people who have had my back and who I've had their back for the past couple years. We're in this together. We're up against the bigger channels. And what do? They start kissing up to the bigger channels. Well, screw you. If you can't be bothered to come watch my channel other than maybe occasionally a video every so often, and I'm watching my viewer numbers dwindle and YouTube wants to get rid of me, hey, don't bother coming. Get lost. Go somewhere else. Go kiss up to your friends. Go kiss up to those people that have the bigger channels and see how my words play out. Because I guarantee you're not going to build your channel. You're just going to become one of their little servants. And you're going to build up their viewer numbers. Because they don't give a shit about you. Period. Only people that are at your level give a shit about you. People who are way above you and are making money on this platform don't give two craps about you. But they will play it like they do because you're another number. You're another penny in their pocket. You want to do that? You go right ahead. So that's about it. That is the final thing. You know, with my health conditions, I'm not going to be doing this very much longer. I mean, I'll do what I do. But don't blow smoke up my ass. Okay? Don't blow smoke up my ass. I wasn't born yesterday. I don't buy it. I know when someone is pissing on my leg and telling me it's raining. Okay? So if you're going to come to this channel, come to this channel. I will support your channel. But what I do is reciprocated. You know? Reciprocal. If you help me, I help you. Plain and simple. If you don't, then I don't. I at least go and I leave a like. With my health conditions, I can't sit there and type out big dissertations in the comment sections of other videos. Well, I'll at least go and give a like and a view. That is the least I can do. Even taking care of an elderly parent, even suffering from health problems like you would not believe, I will still make that effort to go and be supportive of people who are supportive of me. If you can't do that, find somebody else. Go somewhere else. Unsubscribe and get lost. Plain and simple. Don't blow smoke up my ass. Because I don't buy it. Period. Like I said. Have a nice day.